Okay, in this video I'm going to go through essentially marking out the piece to cut out a trench. And to start off with any piece, you pick your face side and face edge, and generally it's the best side that you've got. There's a crack running along here, so I'm not going to bother using that side there. I know there's a knot there, so I could turn it around to this side here and just put a loop for the face side, and then on the narrow side is the edge. So there are markings. So our face side, our face edge there, and our face side here, and there are reference points, so we'll always come back to those. Then to start off with this, I want to mark on end waist. So to start off marking end waist, the tri-square, the rules for using the tri-square is you keep the brass strip tight to the edge of either face side or face edge, and that's the rule that we look for the whole time. Making sure that it's tight there. Thumb goes to one side, fingers the other side, and this forefinger here can keep the blade down. So I'm going to go to the right hand side here, and I'm going to measure in a distance of 6 millimeters using a ruler up to the edge here. And you can measure it up along the top, or you could pencil it either, keeping it tight, making sure that 6 or the size of the brass strip in, and pencil a line along that there. Very important that there's a good edge in the pencil, nice sharp edge, and when you have that line marked, mark on the X's. I'm going to flip this over now and line it up to match it up to the line again. Thumb here, fingers the far side, and forefinger keeps it down, and lining that up, I'm going to draw my line across here and mark on the waist. And remember the rule for using the tri-square, it must be touching a face side or a face edge, so it's touching the face side there. Now if I keep going this direction here, you'll see that it's not touching a face side or a face edge here. So what I need to do is I need to turn this around. So I turn the square now that it's in the opposite direction, and I want to mark that line down along the edge here. So I'm using my thumb and my fingers to the far side with the forefinger, and I draw my line down. Mark on the waist, flip it over, and you can see again that I'm matching it up to the line. If you find it difficult to see that line, just a little bit of a mark with a pencil and square the line down. Again, you're looking to see that it's touching a face edge or a face side, and it's touching the face edge there in that instance. So I'm good to go, and I can mark in my end waist. So going back to the start, I measured in 6 millimeters, making sure that's tight to the side, and I square the line across. The line is not square or at 90 degrees to the edge of the wood if I don't keep this tight. The smallest bit of a gap, and that is going to go off, so you must make sure that these are tight. Thumb, forefinger, whichever, and you can slide to get your 6 millimeters. I need to do it on the other side now, so rather than trying to do a balancing act or turning my hand around, I'm going to turn the piece around. You see the face edge is pointed up here. Turn the square around to the opposite side, so it's kind of upside down, if you want to say that. And the brass strip here, which is coming in at registering in about 6 or 7 millimeters, I measure my distance there. Thumb again, fingers at the far side of the stock, and this pushes the blade down. So put in my waist, then turn it over, making sure that it's touching the face side again. And if I have difficulty seeing that line, I can pencil it over just over the edge, making sure that the brass strip is tight to the face side. Square the line, mark in the waist, continue it round, and remember the rule again that the brass strip must be touching a face side or face edge, and sure enough it's touching the face edge there, and I can pencil my line across. Put in your waist, turn it to this side, and I'm looking to see where's my face side, face edge. There's none that side, so it must be touching that side, so I have to put the square on like this, making sure that it's tight. If I'm not clamping, putting pressure between my thumb and the fingers the far side, it's not going to keep it tight to the edge, and the lines won't match up. So that's very, very important. And that's our start point for this here, and the start point for pretty much all pieces that will have 2 pieces on this here. So you mark on the end waist to get going, you mark on your face edge first, as always, and then you mark on your end waist. And the rules for using the tri-square are to keep this brass strip tight to either face side or face edge when you're doing your marking. If you don't do that, it won't be right. The next video clip I'm going to show is I'm going to mark on the overall lengths and the position of our joints.